If there's any planet that is terraformable, it would be Mars. The reason to do it is not to protect our species in case an asteroid comes and hits our Earth. That's the wrong, fine, it makes a headline, but think about it. If you have the resources to terraform Mars and ship 1 billion people there, you have the resources to deflect an asteroid from Earth,
right.
Okay? According to our known laws of physics, in the cooling universe, every matter and antimatter particle pair would have annihilated, made a photon. The photon would have cooled, and no more matter would have been made, and we would have had an entire universe of just light. Well, that is not the universe we occupy. 1 out of basically 1 million of these reactions, 1 out of 1 million, the photon did not make a matter-antimatter pair. It just made a matter particle.
It was very...
You're trying to find out why.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, it is that.
How do
we
you
have
stop
species.
a gigantic existential
you don't
asteroid?
go in and you deflect it.
How?
Oh, by any shove on it that's sideways?
Well, you're president of the United States.
Well, yeah,
Right?
okay.
There's a massive asteroid. It's going to crash into the world.
Yes, we have engineering plans for deflecting asteroids, and there are multiple ways to do it. You can have a gravitational tug where you can have a spacecraft that sits just ahead of it, and the two of them will want to drift towards one another. But you take the spacecraft and put a little retro rocket, and if you get this early enough, 1 centimeter per second, tiniest amount will accumulate over time. And you just have to make it so that it overshoots Earth or undershoots Earth. In the early universe, there was so much energy, every particle could be made. So watch what happens. You have a pocket of energy, it becomes mass. And the only way we know that can happen is if it becomes a particle and an antiparticle pair, matter and antimatter. So the opposite of an electron is a positron. It looks just like an electron, but among other things, it has the opposite charge of an electron, positron, okay? Every particle has an antiparticle. In the early universe, the temperature was very hot. And above certain thresholds of temperature, what happens is matter no longer stays as matter. It can freely move back and forth between itself and energy. And we have the recipe for this. It comes from E equals mc squared. We all know that equation. It's the formal conversion recipe for matter and energy.